So this video is on the list of logic and proofs. In the previous video we introduced the concept of a proposition. Proposition is a sentence that is either true or false. So a proposition has exactly one truth value: true, which we denote by capital T, or false, which we denote by capital F. We gave a couple of examples of propositions, and in the last example of propositions we had this one: this sentence is false. So we had examples of propositions that were truth. We had some other examples that were false. We had some other examples like this one: the elephant will become extinct on the planet Earth by the year 2200. Well, it will be true or false, but we still don't know. We had some other, like Julius Caesar had 2 eggs for breakfast on his 10th birthday, but this one, although it is a statement or a proposition, this one has no truth table. We will get into that later. We cannot say that this is true or false. Here we had a question, so this is not a proposition. This one was not, we could not say anything because we did not, this was not here before. Okay, so the question was this one, so this is not a proposition. And now, after having some propositions, non-propositions, true, false, we have this one: this sentence is false. So if you start thinking about this sentence, and the sentence is this sentence is false, you will see that this is neither true nor false. So we refer to this as a paradox. Why is this a paradox? Well, think this way. Let us call it 1. Let us say that this is true. So the proposition is true. But the proposition says this sentence is false. So if this is true, by its meaning it should be false. Okay, now let us call it 2. Let us say that the sentence is false. If this sentence is false, the sentence says this sentence is false, so it should be true. Because if this is not true and the sentence is this sentence is false, if this is not true, if the sentence is not true and the sentence is this sentence is false, so it should be true. Okay, now we are in a very classical case of a paradox. So it means that if we want to give it a value, true or false, we cannot give any value to this proposition. Okay, if we give one value we get another, if we give another we get the first one, so we cannot give a value to this proposition. Paradoxes are very important in modern mathematical logic, in computer science, and even in philosophy. Paradox is a very, very important conceptual tool. Later in a second list I will get into something called Russell's paradox, when we talk about set theory and set language. when we have propositions like the ones we used, like square root of 2 is an irrational number, or 1 plus 1 equals 5, or the elephant will be blah blah blah. This sort of propositions, we call it simple propositions, or we also use the word atomic propositions, because they only have one proposition. Okay, so they do not have other propositions as components. Okay, because some propositions, they can be, if they are not like this, if you say something like, for instance, if you add these two, then you have what we call a compound propositions. Okay, but in order to do compound propositions, we have to use logical connectives. Okay, so we will put together two simple propositions. Okay, if you if you connect a simple proposition to another simple proposition, then you have a compound proposition. Okay, now I'm going to introduce a couple of definitions. Let us say we have propositions P, and I have another proposition Q. Okay, so the very first concept is conjunction. What is a conjunction? If we have these propositions P and Q, we say P and Q. Okay, so this means P and Q. Okay, we will see later that P and Q will be true exactly when both are true. If P is true and Q is true, then P and Q, this will be true. Okay, so this is a conjunction. So disjunction, another concept. We have P and we have Q, and we say P or Q. Okay, so this is the same as proposition P. It's like writing P or Q. Okay, this is the same sentence. Okay, so P or Q will be true exactly when at least one of them will be true. Okay, we have different kinds of disjunction, but here I'm going to use it in the mathematical sense. I will get back to this. Okay, and now we have the negation. What is the negation? Negation will be if we have proposition P, the negation will be not P. Okay, so not P will be true exactly when P is false. I will give some examples in the next videos.